This is the second race in season number 1 of the NRLOA ARCA Racing Series presented by Krispy Kreme. We are here at the new Symrna Raceway for the Florida ARCA 200 heat race number 1. We're going to have 2 heat races. The maximum amount of cars this track can fit is 24, and we have 31 cars in the series, and this track is too awesome to be replaced. So we're going to have the top 12 from each 10-lap heat advance on. The guys who do not advance will get those bottom positions and will get points for the championship. But the top 24 advance to the main event, which is the Florida ARCA 200, and that will be a 30-lap race there. There are no cautions in these heat races, and all these guys who advance will start on the inside lane. So let's get to the starting lineup. We got Dan Park in the 77 starting on the pole. Alongside him, it's Tristan Allen. Then we have Dean Wickard, Julian Quintero, Matt Tuck, Stuart Gratton, Joe Larvin Alonso, who won the modified series race here yesterday. Mason Powers, Jake Ferguson. I might have spelled your name wrong. My apologies if I did. Trey Bartow, Ryan Madden, Blaine Keys, Nick Smith, Philip Goldberg, Grayson Acevedo, and Jesse Turner. That's the full field for heat race number 1. The top 12 advance on to the main event. The other guys are going to get points for those positions 25 and down. So, yeah. I think you should be able to figure out, like, the points situation and all that for those guys back in there. My apologies if I'm going to be coughing a lot. I'm kind of getting over a cold or something. Anyways, the pace car is pulled off. It is 10 laps. There are no cautions, and Dan Park will lead us to the green flag. Whoever wins this heat race will grab the pole for the Florida ARCA 200. And you better be careful not to crash either, because if you do, you're most likely not going to make it into the main event. Dan Park is going to lead the first lap of action here at the new Symrna Raceway. Julian Quintero is right now running in second place. Tristan Allen is third. They're side by side. For fourth, Mason Powers and Dean Wickard. And Dan Park's pulling away here in the number 77. And here comes Tristan Allen to the inside of the 64. That is for second place, I should say. But Dan Park, he has a fast car in this number 77. And Tristan Allen looks like he's going to clear the 64. Allen may be able to close up here on the 77, but it's looking really good for this number 77 right now. Right now, the guys who would not make it on, it's kind of hard to tell. There are 16 in the field, so that means 4 of them will not make it. And at the moment, that would be Stuart Gratton, Blaine Keys, Joe Larvin Alonso, and Trey Bartow, who would miss the main event. And the way it's going, it looks like Dan Park's going to grab the pole for the main event. Might not have the strength set up high enough. That may be why. But anyways, it is Dan Park out front. Tristan Allen trying to close in. He's pulled away from Julian Quintero and the rest of these guys. You got Jake Ferguson here in the 6, and Mason Powers here in the 53. Powers is stuck on the high lane. It does appear that Tristan Allen is closing in on Dan Park here. We'll see if he can catch up to him before the end of this heat race. Anyways, right now, the 4 that would not make the main event would be Trey Bartow, Grayson Acevedo, Joe Larvin Alonso, and Stuart Gratton. But they still got plenty of time to move up. Well, not plenty of time, 2.5 laps. There may be plenty of time for some people, but this is a short track, and those 2.5 laps are going to go by really quickly. Tristan Allen trying all he can to close up to the 77, but he cannot do it, and probably did set the strength a little too low. That may be why we're not seeing much passing here. Could be the physics of the track, too. Or the physics of the mod, I should say. Anyways, white flag for Dan Park here in this heat race. We're going to follow with these guys back here. Alonso trying to get to the inside of Blaine Keys, and Alonso trying to advance. Right now, Stuart Gratton, Ryan Madden, and Grayson Acevedo are not going to be in it. But this is for the final transfer position into the main event. And Joe Larvin Alonso is going to steal it from Blaine Keys. So Stuart Gratton, Blaine Keys, Grayson Acevedo, and Ryan Madden will fail to make it into the Florida ARCA 200. But they will all get points, with Blaine Keys getting technically 25th place for the race. I'm not entirely sure how many points that is. Then it's 27th and 29th and 31st. So, this was all for the inside. But Dan Park, he's going to start on the pole for the Florida ARCA 200. Let's see who else makes it into the Florida ARCA 200 as we are ready to go to heat race number 2. Here we are. Let me just show you the finishing results. Maybe I should do that. But they're the final 4 guys. They will not make it into the main event, but those top 12 you see will be in the Florida ARCA 200. So let's get to the second heat race and see who else will be joining this top 12 here at New Symrna. And here we are for heat race number 2 for the Florida ARCA 200. 10 laps, no cautions as it was in the first one. And let's get right to the starting lineup. The top 12 from this heat race advance on to the main event. We have Zachary Fitzwater on the pole. Alongside him, it's Austin Spencer, Nicholas Samadeo, Cole Baker, Oscar Ramirez, Jordan Newman, John Arndt, Davey Johnson, Wolfgang Stone, Johnny Bryant, John Andrews, Tyler Selzman, Nicholas Gratton, Reagan Whitlock, and Garrett Sonor. That's the full field for heat race number 2 of the Florida ARCA 200 here at the New Symrna Raceway in New Symrna, Florida. Let's see who advances on this time. Only 3 guys from this race will not make it onto the main event. And of course the top 12 will make it onto the Florida ARCA 200. And the winner will get the outside pole position for the main event. Yeah. Zachary Fitzwater. He's going to take the lead. I did bump up the strength to 105, so we're going to see some passing. There goes Nicholas Samadeo to the inside of Zachary Fitzwater. Samadeo has Oscar Ramirez right behind him here. Got the 72 of Cole Baker on this inside. And Fitzwater starting to fall back. Here comes Ramirez to the inside of Nicholas Samadeo. They're bumping off each other, and they're going to go 3 wide. There goes Cole Baker to the inside of Oscar Ramirez and Nicholas Samadeo, and there they go, in the wall. And there are no cautions either. So that's going to really shake things up. Reagan Whitlock doesn't get going, and neither does Oscar Ramirez. The leader is Davey Johnson in the 54. Johnny Bryant and Cole Baker, second and third. Jordan Newman's in fourth, and Nicholas Samadeo, who was slightly involved in that crash, he is now running. Well, he's falling back now. I don't know. I'm not really sure where he is right now. We got John Arndt here and John Andrews. Better be careful not to crash again. That's that same spot. Nicholas Gratton, Austin Spencer, Wolfgang Stone, Garrett Sonor. They're right now going to advance, and Zachary Fitzwater is right now in the final transfer position. Right now it's Reagan Whitlock, Tyler Selzman, and Oscar Ramirez who would fail to make the Florida ARCA 200. Davey Johnson trying to get this heat race win. Of course, this will not count as an official win. This is just a heat race, so it's not going to be an official win. But winning the main event, the Florida ARCA 200, will count as a win. I can't explain anything to save my life, okay? I'm sorry. Johnny Bryant trying to close up the Davey Johnson, but you got Cole Baker here as well. It's going to be one of these 3 guys that wins this heat race. And there goes Johnny Bryant to the inside of Davey Johnson. Will Bryant be able to get a nose underneath the 54? Yes, he will. Down the backstretch with 2.5 laps to go. Johnny Bryant is going to take the lead from Davey Johnson, but here comes Cole Baker in the 72. The 72 starting to close up. Bryant trying to hold him off. It's 1.5 this time. Davey Johnson back to 3rd place. And Johnny Bryant went up the racetrack a little bit there, but here comes Davey Johnson once again. He's underneath of Cole Baker for 2nd. It's the white flag here in heat race number 2 for the Florida ARCA 200. Davey Johnson, he's looking to get to the inside of Johnny Bryant heading into 3, but it doesn't appear that he's going to be able to do it. But will he get a run to the inside? At the line, it's going to be Johnny Bryant, who gets the outside pole position for the Florida ARCA 200. Guys not advancing on are Tyler Selzman, Oscar Ramirez, and Reagan Whitlock. Those guys will fail to start for the Florida ARCA 200. Reagan Whitlock will officially get 26th place for this race. Oscar Ramirez will officially get 28th place for this race. And Tyler Selzman will officially get 30th place for this race. Well, let's get to the main race. Johnny Bryant's going to be on the outside pole position, but it will be Dan Park who will lead the field to the green flag for the Florida ARCA 200. Let's get to it. And before I get to it, let me show you the finishing results. I'm sorry. I don't even know. How in the world did I forget that? I'm very sorry. But there are the finishing results right there. You can take a look at them for heat race number 2. Now, let's get to the Florida ARCA 200 here from the New Symrna Raceway. And here we are at the new Symrna Speedway. I kept on saying Raceway earlier. For the Florida ARCA 200 here in the NRLOA ARCA Racing Series presented by Krispy Kreme. It is 30 laps of action here around this half-mile track in New Symrna, Florida. And it should be a good one here. We now have cautions on, unlike the heat races. We did have a crash in the second heat race, but we do now have caution, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here at this short track. The second race of the season, let's get to the starting lineup. Dan Park starts on the pole. Alongside him, it's Johnny Bryant. Then we got Tristan Allen, Davey Johnson, Jake Ferguson, Cole Baker, Philip Goldberg, Jordan Newman, John Andrews, Julian Quintero, John Arndt, Mason Powers, Dean Wickard, Wolfgang Stone, who won the last race here in the NRLOA ARCA Racing Series, Matt Tuck, Nicholas Samadio, Jesse Turner, Garrett Zanor, Nick Smith, Nicholas Gratton, Trey Bartow, Austin Spencer, Zachary Fitzwater, and Herigel Arvin Alonso. That's the full field starting here at the New Symrna Raceway for the Florida ARCA 200. The guys missing, I don't have the names memorized with the numbers yet, so I'm just going to list out the numbers here. The number 98, the number 92, the number 23, the number 24, the number 15, the number 60, and the number 22 are not starting this race. But they all are going to get points, and they are credited with finishing from 25th to 31st position for this event. So let's get to the race. It's 30 laps, and we're going to get right to it. So it's Dan Park, Johnny Bryant on the front row. Let's see what happens. The green flag is out at the New Symrna Raceway. I do apologize about my cough. I'm trying to get over this cold, and, really want to get this done. So, yeah. Dan Park able to hold everybody off. They're 3 wide for second. There goes Jake Ferguson to the inside at Tristan Allen and Johnny Bryant. Whenever we go 3 wide here, lots of times it does not end well. But those guys seem to have cleared it out, and they're back to 2 wide. Ferguson in the 6 to the inside of the 4. Now this 77, he led every single lap in his heat race, and nobody got to him. And he's looking really, really fast in that number 77. Able to pull away even more. Here comes Ferguson in the 6, though. He's looking to get a run here, but here comes Philip Goldberg in the 69. Right now running in 3rd place, the 64, Julian Quintero to the inside of Tristan Allen for 4th. Tristan Allen stuck on the high line there, and he's fallen back. The inside is the place to be, but here at New Symrna, the cars drift up a lot. And that's why we have a lot of passing, because those cars can get to the inside and make those passes. Ferguson to the inside of Dan Park for the lead. They're side by side down the backstretch on lap 5 of 30. Here comes the 69, Philip Goldberg looking to file right behind the 6. Quintero right here as well. Mason Powers, Dean Wicker, they're side by side for 5th place. Here comes Philip Goldberg for 2nd underneath the 77 of Dan Park. And the 69 looking to take 2nd coming out of turn number 4. He's looking to get a run on Jake Ferguson now. He's not going to be able to do it quite yet. Here comes Julian Quintero, and he's in the 77. They're both up into the wall, and that's going to slow them down tremendously. No caution, however, as they did not spin around or anything, but they are both falling back, and that actually split the pack up a little bit there. So it's going to be harder for guys to catch up to the leaders now. But a very unfortunate break for the 64 and the 77, especially the 64. He's now stuck on the outside with a lot of right side damage on his car. See Dan Park there, he was also involved. He's trying to gain those positions back. He has right side damage, and we have a caution. Garrett Zanor, you gotta be kidding me. Number 66 all torn up. I don't see anybody else with damage, other than, of course, the 2 guys that went into the wall earlier. But it does appear that this is a 1-car incident, and it is involving Garrett Zanor. Let's see what happened here to bring out the first caution of the Florida ARCA 200. It was down the backstretch, and they were about to go 3 wide there. Nicholas Gratton got into the 66, and around Zanor went hard into the inside wall. That's a tough hit for the number 66 of Garrett Zanor, the winningest driver in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. But not having the best of luck here in the ARCA Series. You'd think a Cup Series driver would do good here. You're wrong. Tough break for Symrna. Feel real bad for him there. But He doesn't actually get credited with finishing last place. He will get credited with finishing 24th place, which awards more points than last place. So it's a good thing about those heat races. It's not like crashing here in the main event is going to get you 1 point. Garrett Zenor, he's going to get 8 points towards the championship if he finishes last place. So not too bad. But still not too good either. But anyways, Jake Ferguson is the leader in the number 6. We'll get to the restart here in the Florida ARCA 200 at the new Symrna Raceway. Speedway. My goodness, I can't get it right for nothing. We are back here at the new Symrna Speedway for the Florida ARCA 200 here in the NRLOA ARCA Racing Series presented by Krispy Kreme. Jake Ferguson is the leader. Philip Goldberg is second. Dean Wickard is third. Matt Tuck is fourth. Nick Smith is fifth. Jesse Turner, Dan Park, Tristan Allen, Davey Johnson, Julian Quintero, top 10 here around this half-mile short track. Ferguson's out front, but he has Philip Goldberg right behind him, and there goes the 69 looking to the inside of the 6. Down the backstretch they go. 69 is going to get a nose underneath of the 6 in turns 3 and 4, and here comes Philip Goldberg to the inside of Jake Ferguson for the lead. Matt Tuck is up to 3rd place. He's looking to get to the inside of the 6. Isn't going to quite do it yet. New leader, Philip Goldberg in the 69, gets around the 6 of Ferguson. There goes Tuck underneath the number 6 for 2nd place. Here comes Nick Smith. He's right now running in 4th place, trying to become the first driver this year to win 2 races. He won the opener in the Menards Super Truck Series, and he has a shot at winning here tonight. He almost won the Daytona race here in the ARCA Racing Series. He finished 2nd to Wolfgang Stone. But Nick Smith right now running 3rd place here at New Symrna, with the leaders now going side by side ahead of him. There goes Matt Tuck to the inside of Philip Goldberg. They're touching, and here comes Nick Smith. Be careful, guys. Whenever you go 3 wide here, I know I mentioned it earlier, it usually doesn't end well. And Tuck going up the racetrack. Nick Smith is the new leader. Here comes Ferguson in the 6 to the inside of the 69 and the 06. Ferguson looking to catch up to the 7 of Nick Smith. Here comes Jesse Turner. Here's a veteran around all these. Well, Tristan Allen's not so much of a rookie. But here is a veteran driver here around all these rookies. He knows how to get it done wherever he goes. And now he's up to 2nd place. Man, I am not good at announcing anymore, am I? I'm very sorry about that. To the inside of Ferguson goes Jesse Turner. Turner is now up to 2nd place. Nick Smith is still out front, but he's got to hold off the Season 2 Chick-fil-A Cup Series champion. Here comes Tristan Allen in the 4 as well. Turner with a nose underneath the 7. The number 80 of Jesse Turner trying to get a nose underneath the 7, heading in the 3. And they're side by side down the front stretch with now 9 laps to go in the Florida ARCA 200. There goes Turner to the point. He's pushing the 7 up the racetrack, but Turner is going to take the lead out of 2. Jesse Turner the new leader, but Nick Smith looking to strike back. And let's not count out Tristan Allen or any of these guys back here. Dean Wickard, he's running 5th. You got Ferguson, he's been up here all night. Here comes Matt Tuck trying to gain some more position. He got stuck on the outside there, so did Philip Goldberg, and they fell back. There goes Nick Smith to the inside of Jesse Turner, with now 7 laps to go in this race. That's going to open the door for Tristan Allen. Allen to the inside of Turner for 2nd. Allen trying to get to the inside of the 7 now. And Tristan Allen's going to be able to do it exiting 4. 6 to go here at New Symrna. Tristan Allen to the inside of Nick Smith. They're side by side down the backstretch. Turner, he's going to get back to that inside, but he didn't get to it. And here comes Jake Ferguson, looking to take 3rd from him. New leader, Tristan Allen in the 4. But Nick Smith is going to do the crossover, and there goes the 7, back to the lead. Turner, he was able to get around the 6, and now Turner's up to 2nd place, as Turner's underneath the 4 of Tristan Allen. 4 to go here at New Symrna. Nick Smith looking very strong, but he's got to hold off this guy, Jesse Turner, to the inside of him for the lead. This is a very good track. Now Tristan Allen's back in the mix. He's helping Turner get past the 7, and now Tristan Allen's up to 2nd place. Will Allen try to get to the inside of Jesse Turner now? Yes, he will, with 2.5 laps to go in the Florida ARCA 200. Jesse Turner trying to get the outside to work, but it usually doesn't here at New Symrna, and there goes Tristan Allen to the inside of him for the lead. 1.5 laps to go. Who's going to do it? Here in the Florida ARCA 200, Tristan Allen, the new leader. Jesse Turner stuck on the high line. Here comes Nick Smith in the 7. Tristan Allen takes the white flag. He's got to hold off this 7. He's going a little high there. That is not the thing to do. Will Nick Smith get a run to the inside heading into 3? He's going to try, but he's not going to be able to do it. Tristan Allen in the 4 wins the Florida ARCA 200 here in New Symrna, and Nick Smith almost spun him around on the cool-down lap. What an entertaining, exciting finish there here in New Symrna. Tristan Allen, the winner of the Florida ARCA 200. That's his 4th, well, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that actually is his 4th win on NAPAFan, but it is his 1st win in 2016 here on NAPAFan. So congratulations to the number 4 of Tristan Allen, the winner of the Florida ARCA 200. And take a look at the finishing results there. The only guy that failed to finish was Garrett Senor, who brought out the one and only caution of this race, and he was not able to survive his crash damage, and he's going to finish in last place here today. Well, actually, no, he finishes in 24th, because last place goes to the 22 of Ryan Madden, unfortunately. But Garrett Senor finishes 24th. He was last in this race, but not last in the whole event. Anyways, the winner of the whole event was the number 4 of Tristan Allen, Nick Smith, Jake Ferguson, Zachary Fitzwater, and Jesse Turner, the top 5 here at the New Symrna Speedway. So congratulations to Tristan Allen for winning the 2nd race of the season here in the NRLOA ARCA Racing Series presented by Krispy Kreme. And here are the points for the ARCA Racing Series. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.